This tutorial will cover 3 basic features of Quia, which is a web-based program, and we'll go ahead and start by signing in. What you'll need to do prior to this is sign up and create an account for yourself, but I already have one created, so I'll just go ahead and sign in so that we can get started. And it's going to bring up my home page. Now, today in this tutorial we're going to be talking about 3 basic features: classes that you can create and edit, activities that you can create for your students, and the calendar feature. So we'll go ahead and get started. We'll click over here on the left hand side that says classes, and I've already created a sample class, but I'll show you how to go through the steps and create one yourself. But this has the features. You can see that it says number of students, 7 students. This has no activity since these are not real students, they're just examples. But this would be your class's main page before you can go in and do whatever you like. So for example, you can view the students and it'll bring up your roster. And here's the roster. I've already added names into it. They aren't real, as I said, but they're just some example names, and you have the option of giving them a student ID, or if they already have a student ID from the school, and also giving their email, which would probably be a beneficial thing, for communication. And it generates for them a username based on their names. So now let's go and create a new class. We'll go click on classes and then create a new class. And then you can rename it, and let's call this, let's say you're a science teacher, and we'll say science skills. So we have science skills, and let's just put in that the class will end May 15th of next year. So we're getting ready for a new semester, and we want, and you can do either instructor enroll or student self-enroll. It gives you the benefits and the descriptions down here. I'm going to go ahead and choose instructor enroll and then submit. And there's that. So now what we can do from here is edit all kinds of this information about the class itself. So you can go here and it says class web page, and it gives you some space where you can alter the address of the class, but I'm not going to do that because it really doesn't matter to me. You can do it if you want, but it's not a big deal. And you can also enter the name, so I'm just going to put in a bunch of example information. So we'll say Grant High School, and then the school web page, if the school has a web page, which more than likely they will. I guess it'll be edu. Okay, and then the information as you want to have it for you. So I'm going to put Miss Steinert, and there's my email address. But if I have that's my private email address, so I will probably want to use whatever my school would be, my school email address. And then my title is instructor, or whatever your title would be. So, and also from here, this says message to the class. So this will send a message to all your students that are enrolled on your Quia, and it's just an easy way of grouping emails to that. And you can also from here, you can assign a quiz or activities, which we will talk about in a little bit. So from here, we can also view our roster, which at this point, since this is a new class, we don't have any students in here. So let's just kind of go through, and we'll just put a few students in here. We won't worry about their IDs or their emails. If they have them, you can put them in. As you can see there, it says optional. So it's up to you. and so forth. So you can do all kinds of things. Now let's just go. You can add more rows if you have more than 10 students, obviously. So let's just go ahead and save changes. And it says you have successfully updated your class roster. So now we'll hit continue, and it should bring up our roster again. There it is. Okay, and as you can see, it generated usernames for them that they will use for this website. So another feature, another feature that is really great is that you have a printable roster, so that you don't always have to have computer access to like take roll or you know, keep track of it. If you don't have access to the internet, you can always print off the roster. And then we can also view the grade book from the classes section, but as I've not assigned any quizzes or homework or anything to have been done, there are no grades to collect. Had that happen though, this is where the grades will show up in the grade book, so it's easy management for that. Now let's talk about the activities that you can send to students and have them complete through this website. There's a whole list of fun games and just activities that you can do, but right now I'm going to show you how to set up a rags to riches. And we'll click go. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and type in a name. You can put a description there if you want. But basically, through this process, we will have this here, where you will be able to type in the questions, and then the answers come here. I've already done this to save a little bit of time, just a few questions. These circles here indicate which answer is correct, and in this case A is correct. And you need question 2, and then it says you can indicate the level of difficulty, and this question here, this is a difficult music question, so we'll go ahead and go high most difficult. Okay, and when you finish filling out the questions, you can either add more questions, and for this particular game, each game is different, so it'll be different a little bit for each game, but here it says you can change the currency. So like if you're in a different country, you can change it to, you know, whatever your currency is, or you can take that off completely and do bold stars so that you're not associating it with money. But let's go ahead and keep the money for right now, and then we can go ahead and click done. And what that does for us, it brings up our finished game. So it's called Music Mania. So, and then it gives you the option to play the game, and it brings it up here. Rags to Riches is what it's called. We'll start and just kind of play through it. Bottom line of the bass clef is which note? Bottom line, and it's correct. So the options on these activities are pretty vast and can be a lot of fun for both the teacher and the student. So now let's go and talk about the calendar feature. You click on the calendar button and it brings up this screen here. We'll maximize the screen here. So for your events that you want to add, we will go up here to add events. So for example, I would like to add a choir concert, so we'll just put choir concert. And notes to the students: students are to arrive 30 minutes prior to curtain call, dressed in concert attire. Okay, we'll come down here, section 2, date and time. So we want this to be in December. It'll be our Christmas concert, so it'll be on one of the last days of school before Christmas of 2008. This event does not have a